I decided to run because of the person stopping you from a break. Yeah, so I better run and make it fast. Right. So, good afternoon, everyone. I'd like you to imagine this. Picture this scenario, okay? Imagine you enter a lift with a stranger, and you press the button, and as you look up, you accidentally make eye contact with the person. What do you do? Alright? Think about it. A. Do you smile at the person, and then you make eye contact with the person, smile at the person, and then you have a good chat, and you make some friends with him, and the adventure of the lifetime begins. Or B. Yes, I know what you guys are thinking. You quickly break off eye contact, step to the back, take out your phone, and scroll through Instagram. All around cursing and swearing at the lift for being so slow. Okay. Pardon me for a moment. Yes. Alright? If you're near the lift, with the buttons, maybe you'll try to press the button a few more times, as if you'll make the lift go faster. Right? If you choose A, good for you, but did you really enjoy yourself? Or was it more to make things less awkward? And if you choose B, is it because it was very scary for you, or you didn't know what to say? Some people say that standing on the stage can be very scary, and I can attest to it. I'm talking to hundreds of people, because you guys look something like this to me right now. I can't see your faces, it's very scary. But the truth is, having small talks with people from random places can be equally scary as well, if not scarier. In our lifetime, on average, we meet hundreds of thousands of people. And out of all these people, most of them are strangers. But out of them, there are a group of people known as the familiar strangers. These are the people that you encounter frequently, but you've never interacted with. Yes. You know them, you know their presence, you probably remember their faces, but you have never talked with them before. Okay. I think most of you can agree that it's always a nice thing to know more people because it can open more doors to the future, right? But why are we not doing more often? Why are we not doing often enough? Is it because you fear of rejection? Maybe, but we are already doing a lot in our networking events, right? Those of you who have been to networking events, you're basically like an F-16 jet, right? You home in on the target, going to the person and say, hey, that was a great speech. Here's my name card, let's keep in contact, alright? So we can do it if we really want to, but why are we not doing more in our everyday life? Is it because it's meaningless? But how many of you here read Humans of New York? Show of hands here. Okay, yes. For those of you who don't know, the creator goes along the street talking to strangers, getting them to share about their life stories, and then they'll post it on the Facebook. Okay? A lot of people, including my girlfriend, loves to read this. But if you think about it, in Hong Kong must have its fair share of interesting life stories as well, waiting to be discovered. So to say that having conversations with strangers is meaningless doesn't seem like a good enough reason. In my opinion, I think the reason why we're missing out on all these conversations is because we lack awareness. The awareness that we are swimming in a sea of knowledge and experience. It's easy to miss something that we're not looking for. We're surrounded by all these interesting conversations, or we're just letting them go wasted every single day. My journey from an average Singaporean guy to now on the TEDx stage in Hong Kong is the result of having these conversations. And the adventure is actually waiting for you if you're aware of these opportunities and you can overcome that fear. Life was pretty much down for me before I turned 21. Okay, I did relatively well for my secondary school, especially in oral examinations, but they don't really teach you how to ask questions. There's always the teacher asking you, so, what do you think about this? Tell me your opinion. Okay? I couldn't turn the tables and tell the teacher, hey, so what do you think about this? That will probably get me a 0. Okay? Now, in Singapore, after our A-levels, all Singaporean guys have to serve in the army for 2 years, right? It doesn't matter whether you are rich or poor, Chinese, Malays, Indians, you're Oxford bound or you're working like an ox, you end up in the same place. You all look like this, okay? But back then we didn't have any smartphones, so all we could do was talk to each other during our free time. And I quickly got to know a lot of stories from ex-gangsters. I learned about a cleansing ritual from a Hindu ceremony called Taipusam. And I also consoled a guy whose girlfriend broke up with him in the army. Ouch, right? But it got me thinking, why didn't I learn about all this before I joined the army? Why was it only after I started talking to people from different backgrounds that I got such an interesting experience? Now, fast forward to university, and I got to join a volunteer program overseas to this place called Kyrgyzstan. It's a land, it's a beautiful country, beautiful mountain, beautiful statues, and beautiful people. And it's a bit slow. And to prove to you that I was there, that's me. Zoom in. Okay, that's me over there. But I was almost stranded there for one night. Okay, I was almost stranded there for one night without a place to stay. Yes. And luckily for me, this person called Tuyana offered me a place to stay for one night. Okay, for the record, we slept in different rooms, and that's not my daughter. But over the dinner, we had a nice chat. We talked a lot about our goals, our dreams, and it turns out that she was coming to Hong Kong to work. And Hong Kong has always been a place I want to be because I watch too many TVB shows. Yes. That dream of mine materialized a year later after I met this guy called the crazy German guy called Till, sitting here over. And I will now work in one of the best jobs connecting locals and internationals together to learn about the world. We've been approached by close to 60 different universities and secondary schools to help with the campus internationalization and other global programs. And the best part of it all, I get to meet my favorite Hong Kong movie stars. Oh, yes. Okay. No idea. It's okay. So non-locals, no idea, no problem. Right? Some of you in the audience might be going like this. You might be thinking, you're only able to get all this experience because you have the time and the money to go travel, and I don't. You are a crazy rich Asian. Right? But the truth is, in Hong Kong, Hong Kong is known as Asia's world city, right? And you can find almost all nationalities here. But how often do you go out of your way to talk to people and learn about the countries? If you're non-local, how often do you go out of your way to talk to locals and learn about Hong Kong? How many of them are your familiar strangers? Over the past few years, we've been working with close to 90 different nationalities, and I can tell a story from all these different countries just by talking to the person, and they are currently in Hong Kong. Just one that might surprise you. This is Shamake. He's my Somali brother. Okay. Yes. So when I say the word Somalia, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Yes, pirate. No, pirates is the second thing. The first thing usually people goes, huh? Followed by pirates, right? And then the third one is, oh. That's usually the sequence. We often view pirates as the evil guys from media portrayal like Black Hawk Down and Captain Phillip. But Shamake shared with me that in Somalia, people actually view them as the coast guards because they help to protect the seas from illegal fishing vessels that appeared after the government collapsed. And Somalia is also known as the poet nation, and they are very well known for being one of the best in the world at memorizing the Islamic holy book, the Quran. Also, one camel in Somalia costs about 1,000 US dollars. And the tastiest part of the camel is the hump. Yeah. Useless knowledge? Maybe. Yeah. But I didn't need to travel to Somalia to learn about all this. And it's certainly going to help me to enhance my conversation the next time I meet a Somali. So you don't need to travel to gain new perspectives. Now, being a foreigner in Hong Kong, I love to talk to taxi drivers and janitors and also security guards. Now, show of hand here, how many of you actually have you met a janitor or security guard for the past month? If you have, please raise your hand. If you have met them in the past month, okay. How many of you, keep your hands up if you have at least said hi to them? Okay, more hands up. Now, keep your hands up if you have at least had a 5-minute conversation with them. Alright, that's my brother over there, yes. Okay, so for those who don't know, they are actually essentially the bank full of local knowledge. Okay, here's an example to show you. Here in Hong Kong, we have taxis for 4-seaters and 5-seaters. And it can be really hard to differentiate between them. I was complaining to the taxi driver, as well as Singaporeans always do, complaining to them about how difficult it was to find a 5-seater. And he shared with me this knowledge. See, the best way you can know is through this. 5-seaters have a solid red taxi, whereas the 4-seater has a outline and empty in the middle. Do you get what I mean? Yeah? Yeah. So even the locals, probably you won't know unless you talk to them. Right? So the question is I didn't need to go to a taxi driver meeting to learn about all this. Right? So how can you have a good conversation with someone that you just met? There are plenty of articles out there that will show you how to do it, but I like to focus more on how you can sustain and, most importantly, enjoy the conversation. Okay. For those of you, if you're meeting someone that doesn't share the same language as you, okay, make it into a language exchange. But don't do the usual hello, how are you? No. And some people like to learn swear words, but it's probably not going to help you to open up the next conversation with the stranger. Right? You certainly wouldn't want to learn the Cantonese swear word and go up to the next local and say, hey! Right? So instead, ask them to teach you the most random comments they can think of. For example, I can say in German, ich bin keine Kuh, which means I'm not a cow. In Russian, which means hello baby, I'm not your candy. In Shona, which means I'm a handsome boy. And in Nepalese, which means I have poo stuck to my butt. Yes. And in Italian, this means, are you afraid? Okay. So, sure, people might be thinking, I don't understand you, or they might ask you to repeat a few times. But it's certainly going to help you to it's certainly going to help you to break ice with the next person you talk to. Right? Besides that, some of you like to learn, memorize a few questions to ask in case the awkward situation arises. For me, I like to use the rites of passage as the way to guide my question. Okay, because it doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter what's your background. We all go through the process of growing up, right? And it can be but the experience actually varies a lot. For example, how did you grow up in your country? Is it full of dictations, exams, like in Hong Kong, right? When do you consider yourself as an adult? 18, 21, or maybe when you got your driver license. Okay, if they are elderlies, you can ask them, how was it like to go through the World War II? Right? Yeah. And if you're a bit adventurous, you can ask this question. What is your ideal funeral? But please don't ask this to the elderlies, okay? I mean, this can be a very good conversation starter. Okay? Believe me, you might be laughing, but I got a lot of interesting answers out of this. If you want to find out, you can talk to me during the break. Okay? Yes. But if you're feeling a bit scared, you can do what I always do and ask, what is the smell of reminds you of home. If you think about it, if you are non-local here, maybe you can already start to smell home. Okay. I once asked this to the person sitting next to me on the plane, and her answer was freshly cut grass. Right. It turns out that this person was working in the U.S. Chamber of Commerce and opposite the White House, and she was actually in charge of organizing events for foreign presidents and first ladies. So wow, sitting next to me on the plane. I also asked this question to a Beijing student of mine, and his answer, pollution. Pollution reminds him of home. So because talks with strangers doesn't have to be boring or meaningless, or as what Celeste Hadley said in her TEDx speech about how to have a good conversation. Go into every conversation knowing that you have something to learn, and be prepared to be amazed by it. Okay? It's not a waste of time. Missing these chances is the real waste here. So the next time you're in the lift with a stranger, don't curse and swear at the lift for being slow. Instead, you should hope that you'll get stuck in the lift with the person. Okay? Begin with a conversation right now. Later we have a break. Begin with a conversation with the strangers around you over here. And as we say in Singlish, to mean having a good chit-chat session, now is the time to talk, sing song, and play mahjong. Thank you very much.